Schönen guten Morgen, meine Damen und Herren. Don't worry, I'm going to speak English. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And did you shoot any Angry Birds today? I think it's really appropriate. Or perhaps check the weather forecast on your phone, or browse your iPad application today for Der Spiegel or the New York Times. I think you can agree with me, apps are everywhere. More than 300,000 apps are available on the iPhone alone today, and this figure is from last October. The number is increasing and constantly as programmers around the world produce new applications every day. Not to mention the hundreds of thousands of apps for Android and other mobile operating systems. Last year alone, smartphones and pad users downloaded 11 billion apps globally. We heard this morning what a huge market share Apple has of that 11 billion. There's hardly a task or situation in life today where there isn't an app. This is why I choose today, for my presentation, App Your Life. There are thousands and thousands of these software applications out there making our lives and work easier, keep us informed, and simply to entertain us. This is a real mega trend, not only for the mobile industry, but for business as a whole. As we've just seen and heard, there are some really mind-blowing apps in the pipeline, and there are more on the way from very truly imaginative developers for uses that we haven't even thought of yet. I'm sure you'll be asking, like why didn't I think of that? Obviously, there are entertainment apps like the gaming app Angry Birds, and I've heard, or I've read, that they've downloaded more than 10 million apps already. And yet, I believe this is a fundamental beginning. Let me guide you through some of the big trends that we see. One of the biggest mobile trends that we think we're just at the beginning is mobile payments. Mobile payments will be a huge trend. As this slide shows here, this is a great new service by the San Francisco startup company Square. All you need is a smartphone and a card reader, and anybody can accept a credit card payment anywhere in the world. This is first generation. I will not be surprised that credit cards in the next 5 years will no longer exist. Services like this make payment processes much easier in the future. Now, if you want to buy a used car from your neighbor or have a meal with a friend, you can easily process a credit card on your smartphone to do the payment yourself. There are other promising developments in the field which are very important. One of them is, there are other promising developments in the field of mobile financial services and payments as well. By 2014, Arthur D. Little forecasts a market potential of 7.2 billion euros for mobile financial transactions just here in Germany. One key development for this, and to enable this capability for smartphones, will be something called near-field communication. These near-field communication chips, in order to make a payment at a grocery store or somewhere where you need to go through quickly, all you need to do is hold up your phone and the transaction will happen automatically. I think this is a fantastic development that will change the day-to-day activities of our lives and free us from the hassle of carrying cash and coins. This is a Google Street View, which we're all familiar with. Another major trend we're seeing are apps for shopping and product information. Tomorrow's most effective advertising will not be on TV or billboards, but delivered as personalized content to your smartphone. If you're hungry, the device will recommend a nearby restaurant based on your preferences and tastes. And when you visit a new city, the app will guide you to the sites and tourist attractions to your nearest location. For some people, it might be an uncomfortable thought, knowing that your smartphone has so much information about you. But I personally believe the smartphone services will enrich our lives and also increase productivity. Let me give you another example. Smartphones today have a navigation function. Some already display real-time information about traffic jams along your route and your journey. This is just the beginning. Together with leading automakers, we are currently working with the automobiles of the future. Not only will these connected cars automatically show the driver the best available route, but thanks to the information collected from thousands of other cars, you'll be able to better predict which way you should go and how you can avoid traffic in the future. And of course, you'll be able to access your iTunes or download your favorite TV station in your car. Hopefully, not while you're driving. What we're currently witnessing is a second internet revolution, the mobile revolution. The internet is going mobile. Everything that we've come to appreciate and expect of the internet, that vast universe of information, online communication, direct customer feedback, and the convenience of online shopping, the speed of online media, online TV, all this and countless other services we can hardly imagine will be available anywhere, anytime, on new smartphones and other electronic devices. These devices will focus on personal communication and social connectivity. According to Morgan Stanley study, in the next 3 or 4 years, there'll be more people going online through mobile devices than currently go online through your PC. Now, a lot of these new services and apps need very powerful mobile networks with fast data transfer capabilities. The next mobile network generation here in Germany is called LTE. That stands for Long-Term Evolution. It's currently being established in Germany with the first products expected in the summer of this year. With LTE, the data transfer speeds of mobile devices will be 30 times faster than they are today. Very, very similar to your broadband experience at home. This will make it possible for us to provide new and high-volume data of services, such as live video streaming and on-demand TV on your smartphone. One example, if you're away from home and you want to make sure that your house is safe, you can just tap onto an app and see the streaming on your home cameras. With such easy access to information, the relationship between business and customers is also changing. Customers, as we know, are constantly assessing product information and product ratings. Not only to mention, but online shopping. Whether the experience is going to be positive or negative, you can share it with your friends and family immediately. In the future, shoppers will be able to read product reviews in the store right at the shelves and on their smartphones. Conversely, by using location-based services, businesses can learn via the smartphone app where the consumer is and to make specific advertising to their location and offer and give recommendations to what they want. There are endless possibilities for new services through apps. A huge market is opening up, and according to research by IDC, global revenues from app sales alone will reach $35 billion by 2014. That's 7 times the revenue of 2010. By the way, this figure does not include the new services that you can imagine that come with these apps. So as you can see, there are some very exciting developments and opportunities out there for this new app world. Let me conclude my presentation with, it's only appropriate, one of those cute little angry birds. I look forward to continuing this discussion with you, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts later about some of the megatrends that I see in the future. My question I'd like to leave you with today is, what is your favorite app? Thank you very much. There's a lot of stuff that Facebook is now doing in foreign languages. So you're going to see those companies that have that first step and are really creating the market, you're going to see an emphasis of them picking up different languages going forward in order to keep that trend going forward. If they don't, a niche player will come in and do something specific.
Michael Bultmann from Nokia. Do you have a question to René?
Yes, I have a question.
Stand up, everyone should see it.
Thanks a lot. how do you see Germany and, well, let's say Europe positioned compared to Asia and the US? I totally agree about the language and the localization and the relevance of some local apps, but is Europe and Germany and maybe even Spain not a bit, well, in a disadvantaged position compared to US and Asia when it comes to development because of these, well, difficulties in the market?
Again, I think it's a very, very good question. I think when it comes to software, operating systems, applications, I think the US and Western Europe actually has an advantage. Without a doubt, if you look at chipset structure, if you look at kind of more the manufacturing base and the hardware aspects, we all know that's already shifted to Asia. The threat to the US and Western Europe is that we lose that competitive edge. There are some phenomenal statistics, and I'm sure you read it as well. The amount of engineers that graduate in India today with software background is equivalent to all the engineers that graduate annually in the US. So, you know, there's this huge momentum of sheer capability that our Asian colleagues are building up. So I think you're going to see that shift probably in the next 3 to 5 years because we can't compete with that sheer volume.
One last question. Introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Frank Max. I'm leading a small MVNO. And I'm doing a lot of telco congresses and very nice, good congresses like this. But there's a huge difference between the mindset of the telco world and the mindset of the internet world. Sometimes it's easier for me to talk to my mother who's 76 years old and explain her what I'm doing as explaining it to a telco player. We call ourselves a community operator because we started on Twitter and on Facebook. We don't make any publicity. We get all the customers over the social communities. But when I talk to operators, telco operators, they move so slow. They are so uninterested in what's going on here. And when I talk about this Congress, for example, they say, Frank, why are you going there? They are all nuts. They all believe the world is going to change, but they are telling this for 10 years. Although everything is going very fast now, my belief is telcos don't react. They expect they rule the world. They expect everything will be controlled by them. And this is sometimes very frustrating for young, innovative companies who try to work with telcos.
Okay. I can't agree with you more. I think you're absolutely right. I would even go as far as telco operators will have to change or they will die. And that's why I'm here today, to meet people like you.
Thank you so much, René. It was great.
Thank you very much.